Welcome. We got some answers to a number of questions I've been thinking about on this week's episode. Seth Ridley, Patrick Keleher, returns to the Mid-Wilshire Police Department, and Lucy Chen, Melissa O'Neill, finally takes her sergeant's exam. Seth's character has always annoyed me, but in episode 16, he is given the opportunity to explain himself and, surprisingly, emerges victorious. The series is sort of acting as though the mockumentary episode from last week never happened, but this episode makes up for it with gripping plots that kept me on the edge of my seat. When the department fired Seth for refusing to submit to a blood test after suspecting him of fabricating cancer, I thought we had seen the last of him. Seth now asserts, however, that his oncologist misled him into believing he was ill due to a strange insurance fraud. He successfully sued the police for unfair firing and medical discrimination, so he's back as a trainee again. Nolan is appointed to be his training officer, but in one horrifying scene, the whole police department turns their backs on Seth. There is nothing that I can think of that would cause me to leave a scene more quickly than a group shunning. Despite everyone's displeasure at his return, Seth chooses to persevere. He even engages in a fistfight with his old friend Miles Penn, Derek Augustine. Miles is mostly upset that Seth received $10,000 in retroactive pay because, despite being an excellent officer, Miles has been barely making ends meet. Remarkably, despite being hit in the face, Seth doesn't narc on Miles. However, Seth isn't just failing to win over Miles. Lucy is unhappy that Seth is still seeing Tamara Collins, Dylan Conrique. In order for Seth to prove to Lucy that he is a good man, Tamara persuades her to have him home for supper. Lucy charms Tim Bradford, Eric Winter, into hosting at his place after persuading Selena Juarez, Liseth Chavez, and her boyfriend Raj, Xander Hawley, to go on a double date. When Lucy discovers that Tamara is wearing an engagement ring, the already incredibly awkward dinner takes a turn for the worst. By claiming that Seth had extra cash, from his back pay, to purchase it, Tamara exacerbates the situation. Tamara stalks away when Lucy attempts to reiterate that Seth is a liar and a bad person, which could harm their relationship. We meet Tulsa and Amy, Jade Pettijohn, who are live streaming to their fans while driving carelessly. They collide with a reservoir in a totally expected change of events, yet they survive. Since Bailey, Jenna Dewan, is the sole paramedic in the entire Los Angeles area, it goes without saying that she shows up at the scene. After that, Tulsa is arrested by the police, which sparks a full-scale conflict between the influencers and their followers. To demand the release of Tulsa, a large number of young people demonstrate outside the police station. After he posts bail, Amy and Tulsa livestream from Wesley Evers' Shawn Ashmore office, stating that they're coming for Wesley. To make these people even more unlikable, their supporters swarm Angela Lopez, Alyssa Diaz, when she's at the park with her son, trying to scare her. Angela and Nyla Harper, Mikia Cox, dig into Amy and discover that she was a bright student at one time. They try to question her, but Amy says that her academic skills didn't get her anywhere and that she only started to gain respect when she started dating Tulsa and concentrating on her appearance. An armed robbery at a liquor store is being investigated by Nolan and Seth. The gunman can be subdued by a witness, preventing any injuries. When Nolan and Seth run the witness's background check as part of the investigation, they learn that his name is Gene Webster, Paul McCarthy Boyington, and he was recently released from a Nevada prison. The issue is that Gene was never intended to be released due to a clerical error. Watching this episode with us. Stay tuned for more exciting videos.